Hi, I'm Ted Mackel, author of HomeBuyersBlog.com, and it's late on Tuesday, May 18th, but I saw this question on Trulia. I got to answer it before I go to bed because it'll bug me all night. This is a great question because buyers are running into this problem left, right, and center. They're writing offers, they're not getting accepted, they don't understand, and this question particularly asks that they've written a lowball offer, and their lowball offer is based off of deducting for repairs and upgrades they want to do to the house. And why that seems like a justifiable cause, really getting to the root of the matter, which is not being explained to the buyers out there, is the starting values on these houses. How did we get these? How does if the bank's listing a house for $500,000, how did it get there? I'm a listing agent for Regional Bank, so when they get REOs in the West San Fernando Valley, Conejo Valley, Simi Valleys, and Moore Park, I will get assignments on those properties. And a big part of that is that I've got to go out and value these properties. I also do broker price opinions for other banks, and I also have short sale listings that I deal with. So a big portion of every week when I go to work in the real estate business is dealing with the value of properties for institutional sellers, because on the short sale side, the bank's got to finally approve the deal. On the REO side, my asset managers approve the deal. And so understanding how we arrive at these values is key. And here's kind of everything in a nutshell. Any property I'm assigned as an REO, what you need to understand is that the prior owners have probably tried a loan modification and or a short sale. I can't even think of any of these REO properties I've been assigned in the last couple of years that have not had one or both prior to the REO. Not a single property out of any of them. So if that's the case, every time a modification process is started, the banks hire out for broker price opinions. Usually when they ask for broker price opinion, they'll send out for at least two. I do broker price opinions for other banks. I've shown up to take the pictures and do the report, and bumped into other guys doing the same thing on the same property at the same time. So I know there's more than just me providing a value on that same property to the bank. Sometimes they'll send out an appraiser. It'll be a drive-by appraisal. Sometimes, depending on the bank, you could get that interior appraisal for the loan modification. And so they have a really good idea, especially if this property's been tried, the loan modification failed and the short sale failed, and now it's an REO. That means that they've already got at least 4 BPOs and probably 2 appraisals before they foreclose on the property. They turn around, foreclose on the property, and when I'm hired, I've got to give a market analysis on the property, and they send out another appraiser or someone from the bank to verify everything on these reports, and they have a really good idea what these houses are worth. And here's the thing you got to understand is they ask us to be very specific about the condition. They ask us what repairs are needed. They ask us what it's going to cost to put those repairs in place. And if we do repair it, they ask us what we believe the value of the property will be after it's repaired. So the final price on any of these REOs is really based off of present condition. And they want to know if it needs carpet, does it need paint? These are the things they want to know. So if the REO you're looking at is a $500,000 listing price, you can't just go deduct $75,000 because that's what you want to put in the house after you take it over. Because those dollar for dollar deductions, they don't work anymore. The market doesn't move up fast enough to make that justification real for any seller. If a seller went in and did $75,000 in their property, that property's not appreciating that much over the course of the next several years, so it doesn't work in reverse. But more importantly, what I would tell my seller as a listing agent, whether it was a corporate seller or whether it was a regular person, before you take that lowball offer, why don't you give me 24 hours to market it at the lowball price, and let's see how many competing offers we can bring in. So when you get ready to put pen to paper and write a very significantly low offer, ask yourself, the listing agent listed the house at the price I want to offer. would they immediately get multiple offers on this property? If the answer is yes, then you know you're too low. The other thing to consider is that on all the REO properties I've dealt with, I have not seen any concessions on price or seller paid closing costs below 3% of the current list price on the house. So that's something to consider. That's just, it's not a rule, it's just what I've seen. I've also represented many buyers on the purchase side with other banks, not my own listings. So I've got experience with my listings and my banks, my buyers writing on other REO properties. I also have the experience of dealing with these short sales and seeing these valuations go through. So if you're running into a brick wall, it's more that, you know, you need to understand the values, and if you need that screaming deal, maybe it's time to rethink your strategy, because the screaming deals are not on the open market. The bank assigns me those properties. They want open market, open competition for those houses. They have absolutely no reason to give them away. They don't care about what we think the accounting rules are. They don't care if we think it's already, the debt's been written off. They are responsible to report to shareholders, and shareholders want to see profits out of those companies, and that means that they got to get the highest value possible. Now here's one exception to the rule. The REOs that aren't selling, there's a very good reason. I've had a couple of REOs that we had some trouble with. Both of them had cracked foundations. One of them had mold. Okay, so if you really want a screaming deal, you can take on one with really significant problems, and you can get a bargain basement price on that house. But now you're fixing serious issues with those houses, and you're going to have to disclose those when you go to flip, turn around, or resell those homes. So anyway, hope that helps your understanding of these REO properties. Again, you want the deal, you need to go down the courthouse steps, sit in line and offer, because that's where the deals are. The open market, you're going to find them very few and far between. You'll be up to writing a lot of offers, and if you come in low, I got enough offers coming in much higher, and I can prove them on every single one I've done, that just, they aren't interested in whatever the story is. They look at the value, they got them, they know it, and that's what you got to deal with.